Greetings. Welcome to Ariana's Restaurant. Here I am, Chef Martin, along with Maggie on the camera. First and foremost, we want to wish you all a Happy New Year. You guys have been great and supportive, especially during the holidays and with this transition. We've been busy with the takeout only, but we haven't forgotten you in our videos. We're going to keep getting back to them. So this is sort of part two. Part two has been a ways a little bit. So we're talking about aiolis, sauces. To me, aioli is a basic, it's what we've known as a mother sauce. It's mayonnaise. What we mean by mother sauce is you can make many things out of it. So this was the basic original aioli that we made a few weeks ago. I just made it fresh about an hour ago. It's just a basic egg yolk, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of mustard, oil, salt. That's it. Very, very basic. So that's what it is. And when we talk about a mother sauce, we're talking about something that is pretty neutral in the beginning because it's going to go in different directions. So the first one is the most classic, and I just look forward to one day going to Spain and going into a tapas bar, just trying the different things. But one of the most original and classic tapas with the use of aioli is in Spain. You would get a nice piece of bread, good crusty bread, rub it in here. We have some nice roasted garlic, okay? There's a little bit of the oil, the roasted garlic oil, and just put a little bit of that on, and then take a roasted garlic clove and just kind of rub the bread with a little bit of that clove, and then just put a little spoon of this, very little spoon on top, and just kind of spread it around, not very much at all, it's just a little highlight, and you would put a little bit, get on there garlic, and then you would put just a little pinch of sea salt, and a little pinch, a little shake of black pepper, and you sit at a bar, and when you come into any type of tapas restaurant in Spain, when you sit down, this is almost the first thing you will get is a glass of wine, a beverage of your choice, or something with this wonderful piece of bread on top with a nice little roasted garlic aioli. It's as simple as that. Another way that we're going to do is we're going to make sort of like a pasta salad. So here we have beautiful fresh tomatoes. These are roasted tomatoes. We have a little bit of scallions, a little bit of olive. So we take all these, we have some homemade gnocchi, okay? So it's almost like a pasta salad. So we'll take all these components, put them together, and now we're going to take the same mother sauce, but put it in here with these ingredients, and then we can add a little bit of maybe a little more lemon, not too much oil. We'll put some of the aioli in there. Now we're almost making like a wonderful little Italian pasta salad. We get the pasta in there, we get the vegetables, the tomato, the olives, and put a little pinch of chives in there. And then what we do is just let this sit on the side for a minute, and we're going to mix it like a simple little salad with some shrimp. So here we have, these are wild Gulf shrimp. The pan has been heating up. I use a little bit of our Italian seasoning here. Just a little bit of parsley, basil, oregano, salt, pepper, a little bit of chili. So I'm going to add a little bit of that to this. So one of the things we have in there is with the aioli, it's still fairly bland. There's a little bit of salt, but I don't over season it because we're going to season with other things. So my spice mix there doesn't have much salt into it. It has some other flavors into it. So we want to keep it, again, simple. The shrimp are going to sear quickly. So what I'm going to do with this aioli is take just a small amount and kind of put it on the plate, maybe a little offset a little bit. And then a few little chives on the perimeter, just sort of like half set on the plate. And then we'll spoon. I try not to throw things around. For us, this is what I was thinking. Maggie and I were just talking a few minutes before we're going to do this video. It's like, what can I do? Well, this is so easy for us in this kitchen. We have so many ingredients to work with. It's so easy for me to say, hey, let's grab some of this and this. We're doing an Italian theme this week. So we have the gnocchis, we have the roasted tomatoes, we have the olives. So we make this wonderful little Mediterranean salad. And then we just take our shrimp. We're going to kind of just cook them very quickly. Here we use a wild Gulf shrimp. These are U.S., these are American shrimp. They're some of my favorite. They're wild caught, not farm raised. They are chemical free. That's also important. It's unfortunate, but reality in a lot of seafood industry, especially with shrimp, they're caught and frozen right away. There are a little bit of chemicals that are used in sort of a solution. It's like a brine solution that they freeze them in. It's very difficult to get chemical free shrimp. I'm very proud that we get that through our great food monger, Ethan Wood. And so these guys also cook very quickly. So what I did is I got a nice sear on one side, and then we can turn it over. We see some of the color, some of the crust, and then what we have, if you notice, this shrimp is a little bit thicker at the bottom part. The tail is a little bit thinner, so literally I'm going to let them sit there for an extra 30 seconds or so. They're going to get a little bit of oil, so we're getting a little bit of cooking on the thickest part of the shrimp. And then the other thing which we've talked about in the past briefly is steam. Steam is the fastest way to cook something. I add just a little steam into this pan, Let this just finish off. And then we're going to just take a couple of these beautiful shrimp and just set them right on top. And we have that. This would be a great small plate. Again, with the shrimp and a little gnocchi, little salad. And this is just taking a little bit of olives, tomatoes, scallions. You can use a regular cooked pasta and just mix it with aioli, and you have this wonderful dish. The last little thing that you want to do with one other dish is this is where, as a chef, I can be more creative. Is I take this beautiful piece of filet mignon, and what we have on this parchment paper is a little bit of truffle oil. So we take a little truffle oil and put it between the parchment here, and then what we're going to do is just gently pound it. We're going to make what's called like a beef carpaccio. And obviously some of you might not like raw beef. You can think about doing roast beef if you wanted to. But we're going to take this, and we're going to open this up, fan this out, put this on the cutting board here for a second. And then we're going to take some of our aioli, excuse me, speaking a little bit faster, put a little bit at the bottom. We're going to take a little bit of chive. We're going to take a little bit of our truffle oil, and then a little bit of truffle salt. This is a truffle sea salt, awesome stuff. A little bit of that goes a long way. And then we're just going to kind of mix this up in here. It doesn't need much, and we're going to put a little bit of this and spread this right on the inside of the piece of meat. And so it's like a little truffle chive aioli. And then what's a great natural to this is you take a little bit of arugula. This is some baby arugula. And we take a little shaved Asiago, or a nice hard Italian Parmesan. And then we just put that together and then roll this up. And this makes a wonderful, great hors d'oeuvre. A nice little sort of, again, a tapas or a small plate. We can set this on a little dish here. And then if you want, just a little sprinkle of sea salt on top. And then a little bit more truffle oil around the plate. And then if we want, we could just dribble the last little bit of the aioli on top. And so here, again, and have a little bit more. There we go, perfect. Is how we can take a simple little mayonnaise, homemade mother sauce, and at home you can just do so many things with it. So you can make a batch like this. This was the original recipe: 3 egg yolks, 1 whole egg, 10 ounces of oil, a little bit of seasoning. Keep it very well refrigerated, keep it covered well, but each day you can add some different ingredients to it and make some different items. So for all of you out there, food for thought. Again, thank you all so much for your support. We'll keep going. Everyone be well.